Here we go. 319! 319!
They start on the ground with Geis, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Here we go. 319!
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Holt. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Let's go! 319!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. On the catch, it's Crowder. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one goes for 36 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90!
On the handoff, it's Geis. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding. Offense.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Here we go.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Geis with a carry on second down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
319! 319!
They'll hand it down to Geis. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barnett. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it.
Here's Geis. Down there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming
Still
on that
3rd down.
play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 4th down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And how about this? It's complete. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. In for the score. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. And the fake field goal works to perfection. You don't see it often, and they caught him by surprise.
And how about the guts to call it in that situation? Think you're going to get an easy 3? Instead, you turn it into 6.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 17-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. They'll look to throw now on first down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. A first down carry by Elliott. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now let's go. Blue line it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A dump off to Elliott. Dances by him. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to face a third down. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. He'll drop to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So it's first and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll look to throw here. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds here. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it third and goal. Back to throw here. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. On the ground, it's Geis. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6.
The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. On second down, Elliott. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Fancy footwork at the 45. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. And a little floater there is incomplete. It was DJ Swearinger right there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 36 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
No, check, Patriot! No, check, Patriot!
He's going to get it running right, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year, and the Cowboys are in for 6. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover.
So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that.
There he goes, left side. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. Jamison Crowder, 76 yards. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Into the Redskins. Have it they do.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Green 39. Green.
Looking to throw. He finds his target. It's Crowder. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Now what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Set. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
He'll get it up the middle. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On the crossing route, complete. That's Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Jonathan Allen in there to get him for a loss of 5. 3rd and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Gun, 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 gun.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Gun, 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 gun.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Elliott. A solid move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Down at the 2. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that third touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
Set. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Here we go now. Blue line it. Blue line.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 30.
He'll look to throw. Complete. Richardson has it. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Green 39.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go now. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Whistles and a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get one more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Geis. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Set. Green 39.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's Geis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. 3rd down, here's Geis. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. They're down here in a 1-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jonathan Allen in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
He's back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice.